concerts. Like, it's an expensive hobby, but love. And I made a list because normally it's on my phone, but now I'm recording on my phone, so I had to improvise a little bit. And when I think about this, I get so excited and hyped because I have many concerts planned. So, well, I think I should just start. The first concert I've ever been to, like, was in 2022. It was Blackpink's concert, and I will never forget the date because it was 2022, like in the year, and it was on 2020 of December. Very funny. And we were so hyped. I've never been to a K-pop concert before, so this was like the first one. I was like, oh, I really like Blackpink, but the tickets, maybe I can find a video and I'll just put it here. But those, like, I paid 99 euros for, like, completely in the back, like the last row in the Ziggo Dome. And if you're familiar with that, like, a venue, it's pretty bad, but I wanted to see them, so I did. And it was really fun. Even, like, we could see them like this, but we had a great time, and we could actually stand up when we wanted because we were the last row, and we didn't bother anyone with that. So maybe I can show like more. Maybe I can show more videos. I would just put them like next to me, so it will be on this side a little bit. So I was hyped after that, and we were like, we need to see more. We have to go. And of course, before, not that many K-pop groups came here. Or maybe they did, but I was too young. I couldn't go to BTS. That was kinda sad, but you know, it is what it is. Anyways, this was last year. I went to an 80s concert, and I've mentioned this a lot because, I mean, I love to talk about 80s, and this is the first light stick I ever bought. I wanted to buy the Blackpink one, but I didn't do it. I don't know why I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. And then 80s. I don't know what this sounds. And 80s, we got so incredibly lucky. We had the front row, like, oh wow. I will send it. I will just put videos in here. I like that. And like, it was such a hype. Like, I've never behaved like that in my entire life. And that says a lot because I don't know what to go for me. Like, I'm so glad my sister said this to me that, oh my god, they will come to the Netherlands again. And I don't know if I told this in the other video, but my sisters are also like, whoa, I wanted to say army bomb. That's kind of... Okay, let's skip that. Like the lightning, this thing flew off. And if you saw the video that I just said, we were front row, so she was just like doing, and it like, and I was like, you paid 70 euros for this thing to break it in like 1 second. But I saw it like, and I was like, I see it, and so I grabbed it and put it on her thing, and I was like, never move that thing again in your entire life. And she didn't. But that concert like awakened something in me. And you got the photo card. It was like with the lightning, and I actually kept the box. But since we had like seated tickets, it was no problem. But if you have to stand, where are you gonna keep that thing? I don't know. So yeah, that was the second concert I've been to, and I cannot wait for them to come here again. like, who is Hailey Kiyoko? And then I was like, oh, from the movie Lemonade Mouth. So I went because my best friend had a ticket. She had 2 tickets, and I was like, okay, I will go. So when we were in the car, we were listening to her songs, and I was like, oh, I like this one. It was Girls. Like Girls was in it. I don't know, I suddenly taught myself. And Demons, oh, I loved it. And it was our first time going to the Melkweg, and that venue is not that big, so we were so late there, like incredibly late. And we just walked in. I got on autopilot. I walked to the locker, and when we were there, you still could pay with coins. So I had the €2 ready. I put it in pump, jackets in, and we were there. And we stood almost in front. No more Blackpink tiny humans. No, we saw her face. I could see her, like her face features, and I was like, features. Oh, that was so cool. Anyways, after that, we went to Red Velvet, like me and my best friend. And that was an experience, because why the heck did they announce ticket sales 2 weeks before the concert and the prices? Like when you go to K-pop concerts, you know you're gonna pay the full price, but that shocked me, and we paid it. We had seating, like we had seated tickets. But for real, that shocked me, but I paid it because I love Red Velvet. Like, wow. And it was so good. I would just put like videos. I say this a million times, but I just like that. But like some random videos on the screen from the concerts I've been to. And yeah, it was fun. I don't know, it was just fun. And I didn't have my new phone yet, so the videos sucked, to be honest. Oh, and after that, a really funny story happened, because my sister is such a big fan of The Weeknd, and she wanted to go, but the waiting line was so big. It was like a million people. Okay, that's not true. That's way too but many people. So I couldn't get tickets, and I was like, well, Caitlin, we will get them anyways. I was manifesting so bad. And so yeah, well, we got sad about that. And then my best friend and I bought tickets for Maroon 5 because it was cheap, and we were like almost in the front. It was nice. But then, like, that concert was on a Sunday. You will never guess what happened. It was Friday afternoon, and I was almost going to work, and I sat at my grandma and grandpa's house. I was drinking coffee, and I was like, yeah, Kaylin, do not worry, because most of the time they released like tickets on like one of the last days, and they did. So I was like, what the hell? Because there were tickets available, but they were like €140. I'm not gonna pay that, sorry, but not for the last row. Absolutely not. So we got tickets for like €80 each. Like, so we paid like €160, but that's fucking cheap. Do you know why? Because those seats, like we sat here, and the people with €140 sat like next to me. So I was like, oh. And there was like not a good view, but that was not true. We saw a screen, and we saw everything. It was so good. Oh. But it was really hard. Like, oh, that was not fun. But the concert was a little weird though, if I'm being honest. Like, I felt out like when I was at a ritual, or like, what the heck. So that was kind of weird, but I just ignored that. And I was like, okay, I don't know, I got like weird vibes. So that was The Weeknd, and the day after, my best friend and I went to Maroon 5, and that was so fun. Like, it was a vibe, but I just didn't like to stand, and we had to stand because he was like, oh my god, everyone stand up. I was like, I am tired, I want to sit. But the problem is, there was like a big ass man in front of me, and I am tall, so I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, we had such a great time. The only thing that wasn't fun is the train prices. was in a weekend, so it was expensive. Like the train ride was almost more expensive than those tickets. Not funny, but you know. So that was. Oh, and Maroon 5 had such a great opener. Like I didn't know him or like his band, like Gunnar. Wow, I love their songs. Like I did not know anything. Like I was just like, okay, we will just go and we will see. But great, love that. Oh, and now it's like September. We're in September of last year, and my school started, and I skipped school for G Idol. I did. It is what it is. And what's funny about that is we were there like at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. We stood there the entire day and set of world. But I did not like queuing, but it was worth it, yes. But I will not do that when I don't have to, because the people are out of their goddamn minds. I will tell you something. When the doors opened, there were like people behind us, and they were not behind us, but they just randomly spawned behind us. Okay, so they like, I don't know. And after that, that guy jumped, and the girls run, and I was like, no way, chill down, sir. I was like, what is going on? And they were not Dutch or something. I have no clue what they were. Oh, that's correct. Oh, that actually felt good, not gonna lie. That man legit, like, I don't fucking know, he jumped over us. He was like, ugh. I was like, what is this? What happens to being normal and just wait, because you're not gonna get in front if you wait. Yeah, like, so we walked like through the door, and they knew it's like security, and we were inside that venue earlier than that man and the two women. Like, you cannot be for real. Like, what the heck? The only thing that was the only weird thing that happened. And like, my best friend, I went with my best friends. He was a genius because it was very hot, and it was even more hotter in the venue, and he did it. He like had a wiki drink, and if you don't know what it is, it doesn't matter. It's very like sweet, but that was a lifesaver because it was so hot. And I don't know, the concert was great. Like, whoa, like we were standing perfect. Wow. And I'm quite tall, so I was like, oh, people are not gonna like this. But I was like, I paid the money, I waited, so whatever. Like, I don't care at all. Maybe that's heartless, maybe not, but I don't care. Maybe that's mean, but you know. So, great concert. I even called my sister. I was like on WhatsApp, and it was like a pixel, but it was great. She was there as well. Oh, now we will be at the most horrific concert I've ever been to. BI. Great concert and all, but I will tell the story about this as well. So, we went to the train. Obviously, this was in Utrecht, so it was not that far, but still. So we sat in the train. The train was training, and suddenly we stopped. Not even like 5 minutes in. I was like, what is going on? Why are we standing still? Because this is like not funny at all. Well, some football fans decided that it was funny to go in the tunnel. We had to go in as well. I got so incredibly like annoyed because we were late at the concert, and that never happened to me. And it was like, oh, it's kind of quiet, you know. But that's not the problem, because if you don't overbook your venue, that's fine. But they did, and it sucked. Because we were like, we opened the first door to like the middle venue thingy, and then people stood in between the thing, the space. I was like, I'm not gonna see BI. I will not see him. And I got so pissed. I was like, I did not first wait a million years to get to Utrecht and then not go. Oopsie. So that sucked. And I was like, let's do something about it. was fun and good, but just don't overbook your venue. Like, they knew it, you know, but like, that was just ridiculous. And I found like a friend because we were both alone, so we were like, oh. And a woman was like mad at me, like mouthing for no reason because I was pushing her. I was like, ma'am, I cannot even move. I'm not doing this on purpose. Like, I was holding on the bar for my dear life. Like, I mean, great for him because that man got paid big. I know that for sure. So yeah, BI fun, but not really fun. Oh, this is even a sadder story because we had BI, and a week later we were supposed to go to Love in Amsterdam. But what happened? Well, I will tell you. A problem with the train again. But this time it was, I mean, it was not fun because someone like in front of the train, you know. So rip to that person, but not fun for our concert because we couldn't go. And it was not a problem because normally you can take other trains, but this was like a one railway thing, so we couldn't go there. At first we went back to like Leiden, but then we went to Den Haag. Sorry, I'm calling this on the Dutch ways. I don't know why, I'm just doing it. So that was no fun because, well, a taxi from like Leiden to like Amsterdam was cheaper. We weren't going to do that, but like maybe we could find people who were going to the concert. But that was not a choice anymore because we were in Den Haag, so we just went home. And the way home was like, that sucked as well because there was no people, like there was no like, so no one could like move the train. My brother is talking. I'm sorry. But like, we had no driver. I forgot what the word was for. I don't know. I'm sorry. So we had to move trains, and then we finally went home, and it sucked. But after Love, we went to Juanes. Oh, and it was so fun. And to be honest, I knew like a few of their songs, like I liked them, so I was like, oh, and the new album, I was obsessed. Still am. So that was fun. And we went there, it was in Tilburg, really great venue, not that big, it's close to the station, so no problem for me at all. And it was so fun. Wow, great, like we were standing, and when we left a little bit earlier to go to our train, but and we were like walking downstairs, you got like colored pens, but we were just peeking. I was like, come, let's have a little peek, and I filmed that because, and I was scared. I was like, okay, let's go now before we get kicked out. It was a really fun concert. Like, I didn't know what to expect, like, but it was great. And then we didn't have a concert like for a while, and then I went to Eschnico with my best friend, and we had those tickets for more than a year because when we went to Blackpink, we already had the tickets. We already had the tickets for Eschnico, so that's an insane like time. But we went, and it was so fun. The only not fun thing was that it was on a Sunday, and I had to go to my internship the next day very early. And when like, the problem with going to Amsterdam, I don't know why I'm calling Amsterdam and the rest on a Dutch way, but the problem with that is that you will get home late. You will be in like here in my city at like probably 1:30 at the earliest, so then you have to bike to your house. And I was like, oh, at home, I was so like, I don't even know, and I had to wake up at 6 in the morning, so that sucked. But the concert, Melkweg again, so we were close, and great, because I love their songs, like the opener was great as well. I knew her from TikTok. I don't know her name, but I will see her at Doja Cat as well. A little spoiler. So yeah, and after Eschnico, I went to Nielsen, and that's a Dutch artist, and he's quite popular. I mean, he was a little more popular than like before than he is now. From my I don't know if that's true, but yeah. So it's a fun story because my sister, like, it was in December, and cheap. And he was coming to my city as well, but we were just like, let's go to Tilburg because that's cheaper. Really fun, like the vibe was there. There were a lot of men, like different ages. You had old people, you had young people, you had like me. It was fun to see, but you know the problem with Dutch concerts, like the people do not know how to behave. Like at Nielsen it wasn't that bad, but we will come there soon because suddenly people don't know how to like behave or be normal or like just, I don't know, it's just insane. So in January I went to the Banks, there's also Dutch, they're like YouTubers, and I went for like the Blood with a friend of mine, and it was so funny. Like they can't sing that well, but it was just funny, good vibes. But we were like at the 18 plus show, and that's, or 18 or 6, no, it's 16 plus, was it? It was 16, yeah. So you had like tiny people, like tiny younger people, and they are so cringe. Like I don't want to shame, but like, you know, they don't know. They were like filming like this, and we are like, I can see shit, so I have to film like this as well to even see. But like the vibes were there, and it wasn't that bad, but only in the beginning. Like it was like, ooh, I was like, what is going on? And everyone was like drunk. So yeah, great idea for the next time, because I will be seeing them next year in January in the Ziggo Dome. They upgraded, and it's fun because we were like, oh my god, let's go again for the plot. And there was such a hype moment, because I will show you here. We like when the show was done, they showed like a little like, how do you call it, VOC? I would just call it VOC. It's like, I don't know if it was called a VOC, but like in those K-pop thingies where you have like little videos playing between when they're like changing outfits and like that stuff. Sorry. So they played that, and they had like the whole show really great because it's just fun. And it was like, yeah, well, I will show you. And then we're like, oh my god, we will go to the Ziggo Dome. Ticket sales are starting now. And we were like, what the hell? This was so cool. And you had no service. Everything sucked. We couldn't pay, but we got them. So that's funny. Oh, I'm so excited because this will be next week. I will go to Vrouwtje, also a Dutch artist, and I saw her this like last year as well, and it was so fun. But then it was so hot. It was like at a festival thingy over here. Really great. So I'm excited to see her new album, and she noticed me on Instagram, guys. I feel cool. She noticed my best friend as well. I have no clue why I flex with this, but I don't know. I just like that. It's just fun, you know. Oh, sorry, it's getting worse. I'm still sick. And in this month, I will also go to Eric Nam, and we had those tickets for a long time as well. I don't even know when, but so we will go to Eric Nam. Really great, fun. I mean, I don't really know much of his songs, or like many songs. I don't know, but I know some of them, not by name, but I think it will be a vibe. Ooh, oh, this video is so long, but I love to talk about this. I can talk more about this. Like, I am sorry for yapping, or actually I'm not sorry, because I love this. Anyways, in May, I will go to ITZY. I have to chill. Like ITZY, I have been a fan of ITZY since their debut. Like, I am so happy. So yeah, we will be sitting down, and the thing I love in K-pop concerts, people will actually just sit. I love that, because I just cannot stand that long sometimes. Like, I love to sit at a time. So I am so excited for ITZY. I'm very sad that Lee hasn't there, but you know, like after 5 years, I'm just so glad they even thought about coming to Amsterdam. So love that. Oh, and now, okay, this is in June. We will go to IVE. It's on 13th. will go to IVE, and I love IVE actually. Like, I am not really that big on standing. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm sorry, but I just like to keep up with like the groups I keep up is like 80s and BTS, but like, and like of course with like the other ones, but not that much as when I was like a little younger. So IVE as well, and then a week after IVE, I will go to Doja Cat with my bestie, and I got it for her birthday. So a really funny story about the Doja Cat ticket sale is that I couldn't accept my defeat. I was at school and I had a drama class, so I was like, "Sir, I really need to fix something. Do not worry, I will just need my laptop." And he was like, "Sure, go ahead." And after I got the tickets, I was like, I bought tickets for Doja Cat, sorry. And he didn't mind though, so. But I went on my laptop, I had my phone as well, and I was like refreshing because there were no tickets or something. Like, I didn't understand why not. But that's a different story, I guess. I don't know. Like, I had no clue, but I kept refreshing, and then I was like, okay, no more my laptop, my phone. I kept clicking, and then I had one. But that was very strange because I had, like, this is a Sacred Dome, one seat on this side and one on the other. I was like, no, we will not do that. So I clicked away, and I was like clicking again, clicking. And after like 15 minutes of clicking, boom, tickets next to each other on the north side of the Sacred Dome, and I'm always on the like on the south one. Yes. So I was almost screaming in class because I was like, yes, I don't have to disappoint like my bestie. And I already texted her like, I don't have tickets, it sucked and blah blah blah. I was so sad because, yeah, as I've told, I wanted to give it for her birthday, and well, after I got the tickets, I was like, oh my god, I need to call her because I know how she is, because if I didn't tell her, she was going to look for the tickets herself, and I was like, we don't want that at all. So I called her and was like, oh no, this is so sad, like, why? I don't understand. And I was like, but you know, we will go to Doja Cat anyways. I got tickets, and it was such a hype. I was like, yeah, because she is such a big fan of Doja. So I was like, yay, great. It was a really fun moment. Oh, sorry, I didn't really do any mic brushing anymore. I forgot. I just keep talking. So yeah, that was really fun. And well, of course, next year I will go to the bug session again, but I've told that already. And well, yeah, I think that was it. Like, if I think about the process of buying the tickets, the hardest ones were definitely IVE, because it was kind of strange. Yes, I want to tell this. I do want to tell this. The prices were a little sketchy, if I'm allowed to say that. I had a pre-sale because I signed. There is probably always a pre-sale with like Mojo and blah, 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 so I always sign up for those, and I got it. I was like, yay! If it doesn't, like, if we can't get tickets today, we will get them tomorrow. So I went in the pre-sale. I called my friends. I was like, okay, 3 tickets. We don't want to pay that much. Not that, like, we want to be like the first row. Or like the first ring. Oh, oops, the first ring. So I clicked on that and I bought them. Like, I had 3 tickets, bought them. Okay, great. So we paid like 300 euros for that. Oh, yeah, a little bit more. So that's kind of like, I was like, oh, but I do want to see them. So that was over. And then I looked on, like, there was like no map. You had to like randomly, you can randomly assign, but I always have like another map open to see the, like, the sections where like you can sit and stuff. So I was like, okay, those places are great. We're like in front of the stage. So whatever, I looked at the map, like, it was randomly available. I was like, wait a bit. Oh no, it was the day after I bought those Friday the normal sale. I clicked on that and I saw the map. I was like, okay, let's see how much the VIP is, you know, like the seated VIP. It was cheaper than the tickets we bought sister, like, if you want to go to Iveville, you have to sit alone, but it's cheaper than like on the back. I still don't know how to feel about that. The only thing when I'm not like scammed is, you know, like Ticketmaster has something that's called platina tickets. It's really simple. It's actually just how more people want to go, how more expensive those tickets get. So I remember when I was looking at J-Idol tickets, I just like to check those maps, like, is it sold out, you know? Oh, sorry. I really had to do that. I am sorry, I can't breathe. So I like to check that out, and I was looking at seated tickets. Those were not expensive, like they were, but not as expensive as I'm going to say, like, now. Those were more than 300 euros. That's like more 2 times the price. I know how much I love like an artist. I will not pay for platinum tickets ever in my life. I am sorry. So yeah, that was a little story about. Oh, my mic is dirty because of like this brush. I thought it was clean. Obviously, there's a little blush, but that was my mistake. I let it drop in my blush. Can I just? Oh, it's already gone. Anyways, so maybe I can like look at the future where I want to go. I would of course love to go to a BTS concert because duh, that was always my goal. And they were supposed to come to the Netherlands, but then Corona hit. I'm still mad about that because my birthday is on 18 July and they were coming at 8 July, so it was just perfect. But you know, they will come one day, and now I'm older, so I can actually travel to other countries for them, and I have the money, you know. So yeah, and to 80s I love to go again because that just shocked me, and I am so sad that I was not a big fan, so I enjoyed it differently. Like, I was like, whoa, but if you're a great fan and I will go now, it's different, you know. It's just different. I can't explain it. Maybe if you're a fan of someone, you know that feeling. Like, when I go to concerts, when I'm like just a casual listener, I get obsessed with them after because the live performances are so good. Like, I just can't believe I experienced so many concerts. Like, whew, I would never thought that in my life. But you know, I've been working and saving for them, so I think that's fair. I mean, it's not like you can go there for free. And as I've told before, it's an expensive hobby, and it's really it just is, you know. But I think this is enough yapping because I've been talking for more than 30 minutes. I'm like shocked at myself for this. But you know, I just love talking about things that I enjoy doing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my yapping. I could have just made this like a 2-part thing, but I want